And welcome back to Good Morning San Diego. After the major rainstorm this week, it's advised that swimmers and surfers wait 72 hours before entering the ocean. We all heard that one before, right? Joining me further to discuss Surfrider Foundation Chapter Manager Alex Ferron. How are you?
I am well.
And Elijah Garcia with Blue Water Task Force. Okay, I'm a surfer myself. A lot of people love the ocean and get back into the water as quickly as possible after the recent rainstorm that we've had. But not everyone abides by the 72-hour rule or takes it seriously, for that matter, right? And you guys are here to explain a very important and detailed research that you've found out with our current ocean in regards to the recent atmospheric river and storms we've had.
Yeah. So just starting off, the Surfrider Foundation is San Diego chapter here.
Very well.
We're dedicated to the protection and enjoyment of our ocean, waves, and beaches for all people through volunteer activism. So this is one of our programs. Elijah's our lead for this Blue Water Task Force program.
Yeah, the Blue Water Task Force, it's a community science, advocacy, and water quality monitoring program where we sample every Thursday morning, and we'll get those results Friday, and then we'll usually send that out on our social media, as well as have a weekly newsletter where we kind of also talk about other kind of stuff on tap, as we call it, water quality science related.
Very good. And I was told this is hot off the research panel. No one's even got the results of this yet. Here, first look at it here at KSI News on Good Morning San Diego. So thank you for stepping in our studios and giving us a first-hand look of the most recent research you've done in testing on the water. It doesn't take much to know that you live by the beach, you take a look at the ocean. It's been very brown lately.
It's been very brown. It's been very brown.
So I'm going to go ahead and let you explain what this is and how you guys go about taking these tests and samples, and what have you found out so far with these?
Yeah, so in general, you may or may not know, you do. In San Diego and a lot of places that are very developed, we have a rule that you should wait 3 days before getting back in the ocean after a rain event. In San Diego County, they measure that by 0.2 inches of rainfall west of the 15. So if you're trying to do some measurements, and the reasons are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, in 2017, researchers from UC Berkeley partnered with a lot of surfers actually in San Diego and found that during wet weather events, kind of categorized as Alex said, with 0.2 inches of rain, that incidences of sinus infection and gastrointestinal illnesses and fevers actually was a major uptick when they surfed during these wet weather events. Yeah.
So this correlation to getting into water after those recent rain events. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm interested. So you got black light going. Anytime you bust out with a black light, that's not
usually not a good sign.
Exactly.
So just to give you some background, what we're testing for is enterococcus, which is a fecal indicator bacteria. And you were asking earlier, fecal, does that mean
dolphin?
Fish poop?
Okay.
Right? There's lots of fish in the ocean. This is looking specifically for a bacteria that's found primarily in mammalian feces, so we can be suffice to say this is not necessarily fish poop. So to give kind of a control, this is our control. As you can see, nothing really happens. This means there's no bacteria found. This is Dog Beach from yesterday, and this bright blue means that there has been bacteria found. So you can see in some cells there's no light. Typically we find 1 or 2 cells lit up. This entire panel, same with this. This is tourmaline.
Oh no, that's where
looking pretty bacteria heavy. So this is, I'd love Elijah to give a little more detail of what that kind of tells us.
So just so clear, human traces of...
Yeah, it's usually human sources that were the fecal indicator bacteria. We're looking specifically more for enterococcus. Kind of common strain would be E. coli along those lines, and those are just associated generally with poop being in the water, which also are found with a lot of other more nasty kind of the norovirus, other stuff that might give you those more kind of sinus infections, more gastrointestinal issues. And so as Alex kind of alluded to, usually we have just 1 or 2 or kind of wells light up, just kind of common maybe with urban runoff a little bit, just when it's kind of dry weather. But during these wet weather events where you get rain, you're gonna find a lot of samples like this pretty heavily contaminated, especially in kind of areas that may have Dog Beach, it's other kind of sources of fecal with dogs and stuff, but also being Mission Bay area or Campland where it's kind of more stagnant water,
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot more contamination there as well.
So I guess their only way to do it is the natural process, just let it all run through, right? That's why you ask the public to wait, right?
Yeah.
So then is it safe to say that since it's atmospheric river back to back to back, maybe wait a month instead of 72 hours? I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, to give kind of the high level, the reason why we see this is that we have so many hard surfaces in our area. We do not have stormwater infrastructure that is commensurate with what we have as far as runoff occurring. So you see chemicals, you see fecal matter, you see litter, you see a lot of things all just being flushed directly into our ocean, as opposed to when it would be more of a natural landscape, it soaks into the ground, things get filtered. So that's kind of what's at play. So when we have this large volume,
It's a lot.
there's a large volume.
Obviously, a large topic to discuss, so many details. We are unfortunately out of time, but it's a great topic to discuss on, and I want to elaborate more on that in our next finding, and also I'm going to have you back in studio next time as well. So yeah, I guess the moral of the story is maybe wait a good week or two before getting back into the water. Thank you so much,
Thank
Alex,
you.
Elijah. And we'll be right back after a quick break with more news and weather. Stay with us here.